Hello, bonjour, ça va, and how are we today? It is Sunday, May the 24th, 2026, here in downtown Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, across from Port Huron, Michigan. The light is such, it's not quite dark enough out yet, just yet, for you to be able to see out that window, but, I'm getting the information to come through, so we're just doing it now. But it's dinner time. It has to get a little bit darker to be able to see out that window there. Anyway, just probably a quick message. I was hearing about there's so much energy out there. It's just creating a lot of interesting outcomes, shall we say. So, you may see people reacting a little bit more, scared than usual, a little bit nuttier or crazier than usual. Like, think full moon crazy behavior, but like augmented 10 times to 100 times more, depending on the personality. There's going to be a lot more. That's all I keep hearing. Like, yes, there's the acknowledgement that it's really wild and crazy out there. But it is also affecting in here, isn't it? So we're coming to clear this energy. We're starting to see that there's a synergy with the energy. So we're coming into higher light. We're making ourselves very pure and bright because we're coming into our higher light. So basically, cosmically speaking, we are restituting our angelic light. That's what it comes down to. I was also hearing that there are higher beings who are coming in here more often than not, shall we say, testing us and also relying on our ability to pull ourselves back up. There's a lot of more wisdom training out there from them. There's a lot more, it's like cautionary tales that we're weaving about them. So they want us to see them, first of all, in a dream, in a dreamland state, and then to see them in actual 3D reality time, like a time wave thought. So they're going to come through and they're going to speak more adeptly or adeptly with you. Maybe both. And they're going to start to intrude their logic into you so you can see and know and say exactly what they see and say and do. We're going to be able to protrude our thoughts into that higher realm of higher light. With you. So they're talking through me today to say that there's going to be a new explosion in the neural network. It's like a heyday again. It's going to be rewired into a higher way. Where did I see that on a YouTube? Someone had actually said that the neural networks are antennae. Yeah. So of course, the more of those that we have, I think this desk is making noises. So in other words, the more of these that we have, and the synapses in the brain, and all this kind of stuff going on, it's to our own advantage, because it's like we can tune into higher frequencies of light. In other words, we can listen to more radio stations. We can adapt ourselves, have more adaptability to the higher light, and therefore we're more adept in our higher light. So these beings are coming across us through time and space to give us a new race. So we're in a space race, but we're also in a new frequency race. So this is all about to come to fruition. It's about to come to a head. In other words, it's to lift your fear and your dread. It's just like we said. You're going to feel better at night. when you're asleep in your bed. So no more boogeyman out to get you. So this is a controlled narrative that has been sprung on us over the years about fears and denial of reports of sightings of, I'm going to use the term UFOs and other alien beings from off-world. There's been a lot of kerfuffles about it, dismay, open denial, disregard. It's just like you don't want to see it. Bottom line, from what I'm seeing here, it's like I don't want to see it. Some people don't want to see it. I don't believe that's the truth, and if it is, like, I'm really scared. So there's a lot of fear out there about us, and I'm hearing that as the higher worldly beings of light. We're not messing with the darker, lower ones. That's not what we do here on this channel. We advocate for higher light, shall we say. So some of these beings of lower light, they don't like it that we're starting to see these things and able to make like a differential plane of thought here between betwixt and between the one and the other, or the others. There's always multiples, right? It's never just an individuation, it's a whole conglomeration of thought and thought waves. So if we're really bringing in our higher atmosphere of thought, we're going to understand this at a subdural level of thought. So within the very cells and molecules of our being, right down to the density limit of 3D here. Like, we're going to get it. We're going to know it. We're going to feel it. We're going to show it. Okay. So there are more and more beings of light who are coming through to indicate themselves to you. So there's going to be, more ancestry training here. We're going to delve into the higher light beings now, more so than what we've ever done before. It's time. It's time, people. People are waking up to see this, know and understand it's nothing to fear. It's like you're fearing yourself. It's just, what is that saying? That there's nothing to fear but fear itself, and that's very true. So you've had some old programming that has mistrained you to think that there are only devious, ugly beings of light, and that's not true, because, there are higher beings of light, which we all know about. And as we're transcending into our higher spatial frequency of light, we can start to see these. As I said the other night, what was it, yesterday? I lose track of time unless I'm actually looking at a calendar. I think maybe it was yesterday's video. I don't know. One of my last few videos, I had said that I have this tendency of, zonking out on the couch. I'm so tired trying to watch a movie, and I never get to watch it because I fall asleep as soon as it starts, pretty much. But there was that one night when I'm, asleep as usual, on the couch, and the movie's running along, and there was a touch on my left shoulder, and it woke me up, woke me out of a deep sleep, and like someone had touched me. I don't know who or what did, but it didn't seem very earthly to me, let's put it that way. And then again, like I said, there was a lot of work that was done on the throat chakra. We're getting tons of work done here, third eye and the crown, right? Like, there's a lot going on in the higher spiritual chakras, the truth-telling, light cell energy frequency bodies of light regeneration. And that's what we're doing. So newer people are going to come through to us. Got my nose all itchy now again. It's much better than in the other place. There was so much ash in that wood-burning stove. No matter what I did to clean it, there's always some kind of ash left over, and I was really starting to become sensitive to that. So I am feeling better being here physically. Anyway, I digress. Where was I? Yeah, there's higher spirit light beings here who do want to transcend time with you or with us. So we can make their vehicle a little bit higher, lighter, and brighter by teaching them what it's like to be in 3D. So it's a two-way street. There's a synergy here. It's not just us relying on them or listening to them or being taught by them or shown by them because they're so superior, technologically speaking, yes, but there are other aspects like spirituality lessons that we've gone through here that they don't have a clue about. A lot of them are just shaking their heads going, oh my goodness, how did you get through that? We can't even conceive of that plan of yours to do what to yourself here in lower density where you're like trapped for a lifetime. It boggles some of their minds. And their third eyes are kind of looking like, what the heck is going on with these beings down here? Couldn't begin to do the stuff they're doing. So give yourself a pat on the back because we've been doing stuff here that no other creature off-world would dare to do. They're like, are you nuts for going there? Like, seriously, when are you going to climb out of this and get back to the higher light? So, yeah, that's kind of the thoughts that they're transmitting to me right now, which is kind of funny. I haven't heard it quite in that way before. But, yeah, I guess we've got to be a little crazy to be here, right? Take that job on. But, hey, we did it, and we're doing it, and we're going to come through it. Sorry, I got to stop laughing here and focus. It's kind of hard. Yeah, they want us to be very sincere in their attributes as they hear. They love to be us and spend more than a year. They want to be in the astral sphere and they want to know what it's like being down here. Okay, so we may be able to do some exchanges of thought here. We may be able to, like, you teach me about your world and I'll teach you about mine. And then they're going to be in such shock and like, whoa, like, how did you do that? Like, that's insane. Yeah, like I said, you got to be a little crazy and a little wild to come down here. I'm hearing the term and I'm seeing the skis. I don't know if this is the way it is now. I don't follow sports at all. But I remember years ago, was it the 80s? And there were a lot of top skiers. There was a girl, I've got a picture of a woman, and I can't think of her name, but you'd know her to see her. And there were a lot of Canadians who were the top, were winning the top awards for skiing, downhill skiing, and all that fancy kind of stuff, and the Olympics. And the Canadians are, were known, I don't know if they still are, for like doing some crazy stunts going down the hills, and moguls, and I think is what they're called. They kind of, and they called us crazy Canucks. And yeah, it's just like, it's fun. It's fun. We see the fun in it. There are times when we actually have fun here, right? I mean, that's true. We can make our own fun and we can laugh about it. So some of this boggles their minds, okay? So these beings of higher light, there are those who have never been in a physical form, let alone down here in this density of a world. And they're looking at it with a bird's eye view of what it's like to be in the higher light, and then they kind of, whoa, what's going on down there? That's like, those beings are really brave. Yeah, and I'm hearing it as their hot stuff. Yeah. So when we do drop this body at some point and toodly-doo off, then we're going to find a lot of, I'm hearing it as incorruptible beings of higher thought, who think that we've done a pretty good job here. So we'll have a lot of stories to tell, in other words, from our great adventure or the grand experiment. There's so much more to do here. I mean, we're just beginning to tell you some of the information that's coming through, because most of the time we haven't spoken about this with you. And you know that to be true. It's every once in a while I've kind of referred to it in kind of a hidden way. Those who know, and those who don't, they think it's something else entirely. But these are the high light beings who are coming through, speaking with you today. And they're saying that they're on their way. And they're going to abide in their higher light the whole way. And they're going to show us the higher way. And they're going to show us, oh my goodness, today. Yeah, it's here, it's now, it's happening. Be prepared. They're launching a new stream of thought here on your planet, in your linear world. And you're going to see it unfurled. You're going to have a whole new world. I'm just asking if there's anything else, because it kind of got quiet, and it's like there's more, but they want it to keep it suspenseful for us. Oh, I had no idea this is what the message was going to be tonight. All I heard was about it, how much energy is on the planet, and how intense everything is, and Crazyville and all that stuff, and how there's a heck of a lot more, a whole lot more coming. We're just starting to see you running, so we're just kind of at the starter gate, when you're doing that, what do you call it, the marathon race, or the big race, the Ironman race, you see that as well. These very difficult races, grueling physical tasks that we give ourselves to do and wonder if we'll last. But we've gotten through the gist of it and the most of it, and we're winding down now, and we're coming in for that final turn around the bend where the finish line is, and we're going to see it and attend to the higher light cell bend, because it's like you're bending around the curve. You see it coming, you feel it, you know it, you hear it, you align with it, you like it, because it's the finish line. We're bending our light around to higher light. We're coming out of our fear and fright. God bless. We give you peace, love, and light. We are speaking to you from our higher angelic might. And just seeing them flash their light there. Okay, well, that was more of a fun message, and did not anticipate that at all. Okay, but that's the fun of it. You just never know what you're going to hear coming down the tubes. Okay, so if you do wish to book an appointment with us, you can go to the website www.healingourenergy.ca and book there. And also, I'm taking your days and times, hopefully a weekend date in June for our next class here. And that's an in-person class in Sarnia, if that's your cup of tea. All right, I'm going to teach you teachers how to teach. All right, love you always. Take care of yourselves and others, and we shall meet again. Bye for now.